New presidency is often a hopeful time for the country, but the challenges now are unprecedented in modern times. Beyond the concerns over violence, extremism, and bitter polarization, the nation is grappling with a COVID crisis and a death toll that will pass 400,000 this winter. The economic recovery is uneven at best, with many millions still out of work. And Americans are in the midst of a long reckoning over racial justice. We asked viewers what concerns them, what fears they have.
We don't know what the next 8 days look like. We don't know what the next 8 years look like. And, we do not know the long-term ramifications, if this is just like the beginning of more violence and more division, or this was it.
I'm really fearful for the inauguration that's coming up and just the coming days, how tense things feel. It really does feel like it's kind of looming over you. And we've already seen posts, circulating online. I have about plans for a similar thing to happen.
I'm scared that we won't hold Donald Trump accountable for inciting this insurrection, that the country will try to just move on and try to forget that this happened. So I think if we want unity in this country, we really need to hold the folks responsible accountable.
I don't think we need to forget what's happened prior to this in the cities that were rioting and looting and arson. And this has drawn a lot of attention, but we still have a lot to go back and take a look at.
If there's anything, it fears that we stay divided. I mean, if you look in terms of the electoral results, you're looking at almost 50% of the population that voted for the status quo of what we already had, which means if you get any group of people together, 1 out of every 2 people, one is thinking one way and the other is thinking another. That if we continue to remain divided, that eventually we're going to fall just like any other empire.
We get put in these echo chambers and we only hear what we want to hear. No matter if you're Republican, no matter if you're a Democrat, you can listen to anything you want to hear and get whatever you want.
Most people are only a few wrong clicks away from sliding into some sort of hateful rhetoric that can blind you to rational thinking.
I'm most fearful about just the immediate danger, just my physical danger right now. Even going to the grocery store, living in Seattle, just the being triggered by seeing a truck drive by with a Trump flag on it, and if I may incite some anger in them and to retaliate.
And there are a lot of mostly white people feeling misheard in this country and experiencing fear and anger, and I'm scared of what they might choose to do.
If white people are angry enough about something, they get to do whatever they want. A lot of people, a lot of important people will defend and protect them. They get to do whatever. Just be angry enough and make sure you're white when you're doing it. And someone will find a way to bend the rules to make that okay.
We want to shift the conversation forward now and focus on what can and should be done to tackle these problems, despite all of our differences. We get perspective from 3 people.